Components of physical fitness. Actual wellness is the capacity to work adequately all through your workday, play out your standard different exercises, and still have sufficient energy left over to deal with any additional anxieties or crises which may emerge. The segments of actual wellness are cardiorespiratory perseverance, the effectiveness with which the body conveys oxygen and supplements required for strong action and transports side effects from the cells. Muscular strength, the best measure of power a muscle or muscle gathering can apply in a solitary exertion. Muscular perseverance, the capacity of a muscle or muscle gathering to perform rehash developments with a submaximal power for expanded times of times. Flexibility, the capacity to move the joints or any gathering of joints through a hole, the typical scope of movement. Body creation, the level of muscle versus fat an individual has in contrast with their absolute weight. Improving the initial three parts of wellness recorded emphatically affect body synthesis and will bring about less fat. Inordinate muscle to fat ratio brings down the other wellness segments, diminishes execution, reduces appearance, and adversely influences your well-being. Factors like speed, spryness, muscle power, eye-hand coordination, and eye-foot coordination are delegated segments of engine wellness. These variables most influence your athletic capacity. Fitting preparation can improve these elements inside the constraints of your latent capacity. A reasonable weight reduction and workout schedule look to improve or keep up every one of the parts of physical and engine wellness through sound, reformist, mission-explicit actual prepping. Standards of exercise. Adherence to certain fundamental exercise standards is significant for building up a powerful program. Similar standards of activity apply to everybody at all degrees of actual preparation, from the Olympic-type competitor to the end-of-the-week jogger. These essential standards of activity should be followed. Consistency. To accomplish a preparation impact, you should practice regularly. You should practice every one of the initial 4 wellness parts, in any event, 3 times each week. Rare exercise can accomplish more damage than anything else. Routineness is additionally significant in resting, dozing, and following a reasonable eating regimen. Movement. The power or potentially length of activity should slowly increment to improve the degree of wellness. Equilibrium. To be successful, a program ought to incorporate exercises that address all the wellness segments, since overemphasizing any of them may hurt the others. Assortment. Giving an assortment of exercises lessens weariness and builds inspiration and progress. Explicitness. Preparing should be designed for explicit objectives. For instance, individuals become better sprinters if their preparation underscores running. Albeit swimming is extraordinary exercise, it doesn't improve a 2-mile run time however much a running project does. Recuperation. A hard day of preparing for a given segment of wellness ought to be trailed by a simpler preparing day or rest day for that part, and additionally muscle group to help ground recuperation. Another approach to permit recuperation is to substitute the muscle bunches practice each other day, particularly when preparing for strength and additionally muscle perseverance. Overburden. The responsibility of each activity meeting should surpass the typical requests submitted on the body and request to achieve a preparation impact. The benefits of a healthy heart. From the bottoms of your feet to the hair on your head, your heart is the motor that siphons fuel to each working part of your body. Improving your flow will guarantee that your whole body is getting the blood, supplements, oxygen, and chemicals it needs to perform ideally. The well-being and wellness of your cardiovascular framework help furnish your body with the sustenance it needs to battle infection, deal with a sound weight, and look after homeostasis. It likewise diminishes pressure, forestalls diabetes, eases weariness, settles rest designs, lessens material irritation, and improves mind execution. Vigorous conditioning. Vigorous conditioning is the point at which a competitor fortifies their heart and lungs' capacity to siphon blood and oxygen all through the body. This improvement of their cardiovascular framework allows them to practice all the more proficiently and for a more extended time frame by permitting the heart to siphon more blood per thumping, expanding the size of the veins. It additionally grows your lungs, so you can take in and disperse more oxygen into your blood. Pick an exercise. The most straightforward activities for high-impact molding are strolling, running, bouncing, yoga Pilates, shadowboxing, and moving on the grounds that you needn't bother with something besides your body and a smidgen of room. Next up are those that need an essential device: cycling, hopping rope, and the rancher's walk. In conclusion, are those that need extraordinary hardware: paddling, swimming, fight ropes, sled pulls, and hitting a punching pack. Will work. Whenever you've picked an activity, at that point it's an ideal opportunity to will work. Warm up before your fundamental exercise to expand the core and forestall injury. Running setup or doing bouncing jacks is a decent spot to begin. Also, remember to chill off too. You should simply take a walk. Keep your body speculating by exchanging the activity you do a long time. This permits you to amplify the advantage you get by testing yourself in an unexpected way. General rules propose 150 minutes of vigorous exercise 7 days separated into 30-hour-long exercises each day, with a limit of 300 minutes per week. In the event that you haven't worked out as of late, it's ideal to begin moderate and continuously increment the term of your exercises. Going too hard is a surefire approach to harm yourself. Taking things to the next level. For those of you who are hoping to venture up your heart well-being game and willing to place in somewhat more work, at that point this is a decent spot to begin. Ideal development with vigorous molding happens when you practice close to your own anaerobic limit. So put resources into a heart screen. Propel yourself as hard as possible, note where your pulse tops. At that point practice at a force that is 80-90% of your pinnacle pulse. In conclusion, a solid heart is an establishment for a sound life, since it is the initial phase in the presentation of our organs and muscles. Vigorous molding is the way toward improving our heart and lung well-being through workout. With a solid heart, you utilize less energy doing the things you need to do, so you have more energy to do the things you need. Exercise isn't the solitary part of keeping a solid heart, however. Diet and rest have a significant influence too.